Ah. I start videos with them going off, falling down. Okay. So, we can't get too many places nowadays. One place we can't get to is Lord Almighty Walmart. Walmart sells these. This is a larger one than they had last year. Last year it was this thick, but they were like cubes. They weren't like big, mini. This seems to me like a compressed cube of peat, but peat's already kind of compressed. So basically what this is potting mix. There is some of the best potting mix you'll use. It retains water really well. It has tons of nutrients, tons of organic stuff in there. There's peat moss in here. There's coconut coir. There's soil. I mean, there's lime mix in it. If you want to see what it looks like potting mix. It doesn't have like the salty fertilizers that like a lot of plants will move, or a lot of fertilizer companies will use. These are the good ones, though, because the first thing you want to look for is their coconut coir in here. Yes, okay, then let's plant everything. These are better. The compressed soils are a lot better for perennial plants than other potting soil mixes. Let's say you had to leave something inside of a pot for more than one season. This will sustain you. If you just use regular like Miracle-Gro potting soil mix, you'll find that it has gotten very compressed by the end of the season, that it seems like you put in 4 inches too less soil into a big pot, things like that. It's because your potting mix isn't meant to last more than 4 or 5 months. Something like this is completely different. This will sustain a perennial plant inside a pot, like a large pot. Like let's say you wanted to a 4 foot by 4 foot tall by like 5 foot around. Something like this will sustain the soil in that a lot better than other stuff. If you want to know what the professionals are looking for, I'm a professional. I'll tell you flat out. If I was going to fill up a pot like that, for the final bit, that final last couple feet, that foot, I would put this in, because I wouldn't want my soil to go like this. Okay? And plus, I wouldn't want to replace it. Generally, when customers ask for big giant pots like that, they like to put them in places where maybe it's not the easiest to take care of it, and you don't want to get dirt everywhere. So I would want something that would sustain for a little while. So anyways, this would be great. It's good for anything, but it's really good for perennial plants. I highly recommend compressed soils for that. Also, if you are trying to grow, let's say trees in pots, there you go. If you're trying to grow mushrooms, this is actually a really good one, because you can take your knife, stab a bazillion holes, take your mushroom mix, cut them up, mix them with water, and you can soak this with your mushroom water, and you can grow mushrooms right here. That's it. You're done. Okay, so this was $13. I can show you. I took some out. I'll show you. I took about that much out, and there's still some left over, but this is how much I did with that much. Here, let me put this. Let me find the top. Can I throw away the top? No. Let me show you. That's how much I did with that much. So this was $13. We'll tell you, look for this in the clearance section, because most people don't know what this is. They're confused. This is a great thing. You can find this for about $5, probably the end of April, because they don't know what it is. And because of how retail works, that space is valuable money. If that space isn't selling, this is going clearance, get out of the door. So look for these in the clearance item aisle. You can store them for, I think it's 5 years. You can store potting soil and still have the same, I think. It just depends on it depends like anything else. You store this for 5 years, don't pull it out and think you're going to grow tomatoes with it like it's no big deal. But then again, you might be able to. Depends on what Is there mycelium in there? What type of mycelium is in there? What type of other nutrients are in there? What type of other organisms are in there? All right. So I just wanted to share something with you guys that was, you know, cheaper, easier. If you live in an apartment, this thing is great. If you live in a small house, this thing is great. If all you have is a car, this thing is great. It's the easiest way to transport potting soil I've ever seen in my life. So I will give you guys a shot of the back. If you want to see what's inside of it, I can screenshot that. All right, guys. Have a good day. Happy growing. Woo woo. Bye.